So now we are going to start art and culture. So it will be also very interesting to see the art and culture. Okay. So now we are going to start with art and culture of India. That will be from 1995. First question is Nagra and Dravida, the Vesara are. So these are the three main styles of Indian temple architecture. Nagra, Dravida and Vesara are the three main styles of Indian temple architecture. Nagra style was prevalent in North India, Dravida style was prevalent in South India, and the Vesara was hybrid of mixture of version of Dravid Nagra style which emerged under the rule of later ruler but flourished under Hoysala of Dwara Samundram, Halibut. The Mughal school of painting formed the spinal column of the various school of Indian miniature art. Which one of the following painting style was not affected by Mughal painting? So it was the Kalighat painting. These were the indigenous painting flourished in the modern Bengal, mainly influenced by daily activity of people and religious fervor. So it was the Kalighat was the mainly indigenous, not affected by the Mughal. And see, Rajasthani was the belong to the Mughal era and got influenced, and Pahadi and Kangra also got influenced 17th to 19th century religious. So which of the following temple figure is the Devadasi? It was the Jagannath temple of Puri. So it was the Devdasi temple. So the Devdasi was an institution of Jagannath temple from Devdasi dedicated to the worship and deity temple for the rest of the life. It was the prevalent in southern and western India. In the context of ancient Indian society, of the following term does not belong to the category of the other three. That is the Kula. So Kula, Vamsa, Gotra. Kula, Vamsa and Gotra belong to the same category, but Kosa was the different. Okay, Kosa was the different in the represent the kingship of the ancient Indian. Which one of the following sculptures use green as a medium? So it was the Barhoot sculpture. Which one of the following sculptures use green schist as a medium? So green schist was used in the Barhoot sculpture. So Barhoot sculpture in invisible use green schist medium. The Barhoot stupa, most probably built by the Mauryan king Ashoka in 3rd century, represents some of the earliest example Indian Buddhist era. So it is the Barhoot sculpture. Okay, the term Apabhransha was used. It is the early form of some of the modern Indian. So Apabhransha denotes the early modern Indian language and refer to the prevalent in Ganges region. So early form of some of the modern Indian was the Apabhransha. So Apabhransha was used Indian language. So falling away. So it was the early form of some of the modern Indian language, Apabhransha. Which one of the following was the Shaiva ancient Indian? It was the none of the above, because Ajivika was not. The Shaiva, Mata Norse and Mata Mayur was not. So some of the Shaiva sect ancient India was Veerashaiva and Lingayata. So Mata Maya refer to the peacock. Ajivika was the Nastika or Nastik. Ajivika was the Nastika and ancient Indian philosophy, and its belief in the founded the Makkali Gosala. They was a Nastik and believe in the Makkali Gosala. Okay. So now going to the next. Which one of the following text of ancient Indian flow divorce to a wife deserted by her husband? It was the Arthashastra. So Arthashastra written by the Kautilya allows divorce to a wife deserted by her husband. So Arthashastra written by the Kautilya allow divorce to the wife deserted by her husband. Which one of the following pairs correctly match? Is the Nakul, that is Bihar, Tamasha, that is Odisha. Nakul was in Bihar, so correctly matched. Nakul is the kind of folk theatre in Bihar. Tamasha is the folk drama flourished in the Maharashtra. So Tamasha was in Maharashtra. Ankiya Nat is the play of Assam. And which one of the following pairs correctly matched? So it is Guru Arjan Dev Adi Granth. Right. So Amritsar was founded Guru Ramdas. Guru Arjan Dev compiled Adi Grantha and Sukhmani. Guru Govind Singh founded the Khalsa Panth and compiled supplementary grant called Desmen Padakshada Granth. Okay. Next is Sarladasa. So Pampa is the Kannada. Okay, so following pair of composer different language in their work on the Mahabharata theme is correctly matched by Pampa as the Kannada. Okay, So the Pampa wrote the Kannada version of the Mahabharata. He is regarded as father of Kannada poetry and also wrote Adi Purana and Vikram Arjun Deva. So Tikana is the Telugu version of the Mahabharata, and Sarladasa wrote Odia version of Mahabharata. Next one is, which one of the following dance involve performance? Dance and performance both are Bharatanatyam. So Mohiniyattam involves solo performance. Bharatanatyam belongs to Tamil Nadu, whereas Mohiniyattam belongs to Kerala. Okay, so Varaha Mihira, Visaka Datta, Sudra and Bilhana. Okay, so it is B. This is B. So here we can see that Varaha Mihira was the Brihad Samhita. Okay, and Vishakdatta was Vikramadev Charita. Sudraka was Mrachakatikam, and Bihana was Prabandha Chintamani. So Varaha Mihira was Brihad Samhita. Vishakadas Devi Chandraguptam Mudra Rakshas. Shudrak was Mrachakatikam, and Birahana was Vikrama Deva Charita. Which one of the following pair correctly match? Mrachakatikam was Shudrak, and Buddha Charitra was Vasubandhu. Mudra Rakshas was Vishakdat, right? Harshvardhan Bhanabhat, right. So Buddha Charita was Vasubandhu. That is wrong actually. Buddha Charita was written Ashwaghosh. So Buddha Charita was related to the Ashwaghosh. Okay. And he is believed to be the first Sanskrit drama and considered the greatest Indian poet. Alright. Next was which one of the following pair of folk dance forms and states is not correctly matched? So Korku is Maharashtra, not its Korku is in MP. Thumar is Haryana, or not matched. Okay. So Jumar is Haryana, that is right. Thali is Himachal Pradesh, that is right. Mukna is Manipur, that is right. But Korku is in MP. So Korku is a scheduled tribe commonly predominantly found in Betul, Chhindwara district of Madhya Pradesh and adjoining area. Which one of the following statement is not correct? Neel Darpan was play based on the exploitation of the indigo farmer. Urdu theatre used to depend heavily on Parsi theatre. Yeah, that is not right. Actually, Urdu theatre did not depend heavily on Parsi theatre, which was largely owned and run by Parsi business community. Usually concluded their main Gujarati play, whereas Urdu theatre began with a number of musical composition in 19th century. The earliest one was the Rasa. So it was not Parsi exactly, it's a Rasa in Gujarati Urdu was. Okay. And the play Navana by Naveen Chandra Das was based on the famine of the Bengal. Okay. The author of play Gashiram Kotwal is Vijay Tendulkar. Okay. And exploitation of the indigo farmer Neel Darpan. Okay. Okay. So match the list 1 and 2 and select the correct answer. The first Indian War of Independence, that was Vinayak Damodar, and Anand Math, that was Banking Chand Chatterjee, and Life Divine Rabindranath Tagore, and Sadhana Shri Aurobindo. Next is the painting of Rabindranath Tagore was classified as Rabindranath Tagore Indian Society of Art. So that was classified as important. Okay, impressionistic paintings of Rabindranath Tagore. Now match the following: Pandit Vishnu Digankar, Venkatamahi, Shyam Shastri, and Amir Khusro. So Amir Khusro was proponent of the Hindustani music. Okay, and Shyam Shastri proponent of the Karnataka music. So Shyam Shastri, then Amir Khusro is there. Pandit Vishnu Digambar wrote the music of Vande Mataram, and Venkatamani was introduced classification of the. So Pandit Vishnu Digambar Pushkar created Vande Mataram. Vishnu Digambar Purandar created the Vande Mataram, and Venkatamani introduced the scheme of Raga classified Indian music, and Amir Khusro propounded the Khayal form. The first feature film to be produced in India was the Alamara. The Alamara was the sound film, and Irani Raja Harishchandra feature film released by May. So now we are going to discuss about next chapter. The Aham and Puram poems of the Padini Kikillu Kanakuddu group form a continuation of Sangam composition. They were included under the post Sangam work as against the Sangam work proper. So they were included under the post Sangam work against the Sangam work. No, against Sangam work we can't say, but it's a poem of the Pudikan Kingu Kankan group from the continuation of Sangam composition. Which this following select the correct answer using the code given below the list. So it is the Meeta Pandit, so it is Hindustani vocal, and Kanyakumari it's violin, and Nikhil Banerjee is famous for eminent um, uh, sitar. Okay, Nikhil was famous for sitar, and Kanyakumari was violin, Meeta Pandit was Hindustani vocal, and Bala Murli was Karnataka vocal. Okay, now next, which one of the following pairs not correctly match? So it is Gidda. So Gidda was Jabar Patel notes. Gidda is play written the Vijay Tendulkar. It is based on the accused and greedy people. And Bhakti Itihas it's Badal Sarkar. Sita Swayamvar is Vishnu Das Bave. And Jayati Grish Karnad. Jayati is the Grish Karnad, and Bhakti Itihas is Badal Sarkar. Okay, and Gidda is Jabar Patel. Thus Raga which is sung early in the morning it's a Todi. So Todi is the primarily sung early in the morning period. Raga Darbari plates which is thought have both into northeastern music. Miyam Tansen Rag Bhopali is sung in the night. So Rag Bhopali is in night. Rag Beam is sung in the day. Beam is day. Bhopali is night, and Todi is in morning. Okay, and Darbari is in night also. So consider the following statement regarding the Chakira Kuthu. Chakira Kuthu, it cannot be traditional witness higher caste Hindu. So Chakira Kuthu is what? So it's a D 1, 2 and 4. So it's a performance of Chakiyar caste, and it cannot be traditionally witnessed by higher caste Hindu. Not, it's wrong. And Mijavu is the accompanying instrument, yes, and it's theatre form of called Kuthambalam, right. Now next, Chakira Kuttu is a performance of Kerala. It is primarily a type of highly refined monologue where the performance episode from Hindu epic, the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Hoysala monument are found in it is Halibut and Belur. So Hoysala monument are found in Halibut and Belur. Halibut was the capital of Hoysala. His Hoysala empire was a prominent southern Indian empire that rules most of the modern day state of Karnataka between the 10th and 14th century. The capital of the Hoysala was initially located at Belur but was later shifted to Halibut. Now, next question is Arya Samaj was founded 1835. It's wrong. Lala Lajpat Rai opposed the appeal of Arya Samaj to the authority of Veda in support of its social reform program. Opposed the Arya Samaj? No, he never opposed. Under Keshav Chand Sen and Brahma Samaj campaign for women education, yes. Vinoba Bhave founded the Sarvodaya Samaj to work among refugees, yes. So Arya Samaj was founded in 1875 at Bombay and by the Devanand Saraswati. Lala Lajpat Rai was one of the member of Arya Samaj, and we never opposed the appeal of Arya Samaj to the authority of Veda. In which one of the following city in the Lingaraja temple located? This is Bhubaneswar. Okay, so Lingaraja temple, which was constructed by the Choda Ganga rulers of Orissa, is situated in the Bhubaneswar. This temple is Hindu temple dedicated to Harihara, a form of Shiva, and largest temple of Bhubaneswar. The temple represents the quintessence of Kalinga architecture and culminating the medieval stage of the architecture traditional of Bhubaneswar. So it's in Bhubaneswar. Sorry. So now what we were discussing next, Indus Valley. Wait. Art and culture. We started and we discussed some temples. This all we discussed before. Okay, so page number, which page number we were discussing before? It was Arya Samaj. Yeah, this page number was page number 81. Now we are going to go page number 82. Okay. So now this is who among the following Englishmen first translated Bhagavad Gita into English. Also he was Charles Wilkins. So the Bhagavad Gita literally meaning the song of the Bhagavata, and in this scripture that part of Hindu epic Mahabharata. It's a Krishna battlefield discussion of Arjuna. The epic Mahabharata is the traditionally ascribed the Sag Vyasa. It is translated into many languages. English was translated by the Charles Wilkins. Okay, so Charles Wilkins Bhagavad Gita into the English. Okay, so now which one of the following animal was not represented out seal and terracotta art of Harappan culture? So he was a tiger. Which one of the following animal was not represented out seal and arid terracotta art of Harappa culture? So that was tiger. A number of seal terracotta reveal the Harappa culture art. These figures included wider beast, bear, monkey, dog. Some other animals were bull, zebra, rhinoceros, horn, elephant. Number of gold, terracotta, and stone figures. Okay. Next, match the following correct answer using the code. So next is Kalam, Kala Mandalam, and Kotakal, and Lakshmi, and Medhavi Devi. So Medhavi Devi was Manipur. Okay, Medhavi Devi was from the Manipur, and Lakshmi Vishwanatham was from the Bharatanatyam. Lakshmi Vishwanatham from Bharatanatyam, and Kotakal Sivaraman was the Mohiniyattam, and Kalamandalam was Kathakali. Okay, Kalamandalam very easy. Kathakali. Kotakalam was the Mohiniyattam, and Lakshmi Vishwa was from Bharatanatyam. Lakshmi Vishwanathan from the Bharatanatyam, and Madhavi Devi was from Manipuri. Okay, so Lakshmi Vishwanathan very prominent name from Bharatanatyam, and Kala Mangalam was Kathakali, and Kottakal was Mohiniyattam. Okay, which one of the following parts is correctly matched? So Harappa civilization, the Kushana was the Gandhara school of art. Kushana was the Gandhara school of art. Yes, so Gandhara school of art developed during the Kushana period based on the option of wrongly matched and painted grey ware was during the Vedic, Ajanta painting during the Gupta period, and Pahadi school of painting. Okay, so match the following. It's now see, it's a Lothal, it's Dockyard, Kalibangan is Ploughfield, Dolavira is the inscription comprising the size of the Harappa, and Banawali is terracotta replica of the plug. So from the Lothal excavation as a raw dockyard of Kalibangan, a Ploughfield mark was found from the Dolavira inscription comprising 10 large sign of Harappan script, which is the advertisement board of shop, and from the terracotta replica. Which one of the following statement is not? The statue of Gomateshwara and Swarna Belagola represent the last Tirthankara of Jains. A statue of Gomateshwara at Sravana Belgola represent the last Tirthankara of Jain. So statue of last Tirthankara of Jain. So state of Gotameshwara represent the last Lord Bahubali, and the first Tirthankara. It's the first, not the last. So first Tirthankara was the Belagola, Shravan Belgola, and it was the Bhadrabahu. Okay. So who among the following was the first Bhakti saint to use Hindi for the propagation of his message? He was Ramananda. Ramananda was the first Bhakti saint to use the Hindi for the spice of his message. The ancient Indian Buddhist monastery called Pavarana used to held in its confession by monk of their offences and stay monastery during the rainy season. So it's a pravana. So confession by the monks of their offense committed by the monasteries and rainy season. Okay. So now next. Sorry, it's quite. Yeah. So now, yeah, there are only two known example of cave painting, that is Bagh cave, like ancient Gupta and Ajanta. Where is the surviving example of Gupta painting? Surviving example of Gupta is Bagh Caves. Bagh Caves are the districts of Madhya Pradesh were built the Dattaka, a Buddhist bhikshu during the Gupta period. Many of the image of painting got to the context of Ritu Samhara and Kalidasa, and Nasik cave were the built before the Gupta period. Ellora cave were built after the Gupta periods. Lomash Rishi was cave of Barabar in Bihar. In the collaboration of David Hare and Alexander Duff, who the following established Hindu college at Calcutta? It's Rajaram Mohan Roy. So collaboration of David Hare and Alexander Duff, Rajaram Mohan Roy established Hindu college in the Kolkata, and Rajaram Mohan Roy was the chairman of the establishment of committee of Hindu college. The college was established 1817. Now the name was college changed and now called the Presidency College. So Gatka is the martial art form of the Kerala. No, it's from Punjab. Madhubani is Bihar. Painting and Singeri Sindhu Darshan festival is the Jammu Kashmir. That is right. Ibrahim Al-Qaji is the eminent personality in which of one of the following area, that is the theatre training. So Ibrahim Al-Qaji is the famous Indian theatre director. He was the founding head of the Indian Premier Theatre Training Institute, National School of Drama. So he has directed over 50 plays, including the famous production of Girish Karnad, Tughlaq Mohan Raksha, and Ek Din, and the Ramveer Bharti. He has received award including the Padam Shri and Padam Bhushan. Okay, what are the number of spoke in the Dharmaraksha in the national flag of India? So that was 24. The Constitutional Assembly India adopted designed the national flag, the Indian flag code. Okay, next was the recently the manuscript of which one of the following have been included in the UNESCO Memory of the World Registrar? That is Rig Veda. Memory of World Registrar, UNESCO. So UNESCO's Memory of the World Registrar is an international initiative launched in order to guard against collective amnesia, calling upon the preservation of the valuable archive holding and library collection all over the world, ensuring their wide dissemination. The memory World Register lists documentary heritage which has been identified the International Advisory Committee, and UNESCO's Memory of the World Register is Rig Veda. It's not Ramayana, it's not Mahabharata. So memory is in the Rig Veda. Okay. Now Bhimavati Devi is well known for the dancer in the which type of dance? She was in Manipuri. So Bhimavati Devi was the Manipuri dancer. She was daughter of renowned classical Manipuri dancer Guru Bipin Singh Kalavati. Manipuri is the lyrical dance from eastern India, and although many former religious dance were known to Manipuri before event of Vaishnava faith, and the dancer known the Rasa dancer evolved only as a result of the interaction of Vaishnava faith in 18th century and several highly developed form of ritual and religious dance which were prevalent in the area. So Javeri sister Charu Malhar and Bipin Singh is the famous Manipuri dancer. Next question is, who among the following started a newspaper Shom Prakash? So he was the Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Bengali political paper was the published in the Dwarka Nath Vidya Bhushan at Calcutta, but Shom Prakash newspaper was published by Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, and Vidyasagar contribution is many sided. He worked for the upliftment of women. His efforts led to the widow remarriage. After his Vidya Sagar continued his reform movement directly to against polygamy and led child marriage, and finally of consent for the consummation of marriage. So it was the 12th another legislation, but as the census statistics show, child marriage all the caste high and low alike well in 20th century. So match the following: Vajan Sopari, Birju Maharaj. Birju Maharaj, Kathak dancer. He recently death of Birju Maharaj. So Priyadarshini Govind, Priyadarshini Govind, TV Gopala Krishna, and Bhajan Sopari, and actually Priyadarshini Govind was the exponent of Santur, and B is the Birju Maharaj. One is Bhajan Sopari, that was the exponent of Santur, and C was the one. So C is Priyadarshini Govind. He was the Bharatnatyam dancer. Priyadarshini was the Bharatnatyam dancer. And TV Gopala Krishnam. TV Gopala Krishnam is the D to 3 Mridangam maestro. So it was a Gopala Krishnam. Okay, now next question is, Bankitadan Devi Chandrayaan. Dinanath Mitra is Neel Darpan. Okay. Premchand is शतरंज के खिलाड़ी. So that was the C was the answer here. 2, 3 and 1. So first of all it was the 2. Okay, it was the 2. So Deenbandhu Mitra 3, then Premchand, then Banking Chatterjee. So Deenbandhu was Neel Darpan, Premchand was the Shatro ke Khilani, and Banking Chatterjee was the Chandrakanta or Devi Chodrayan actually. So Bankim Chandra was Devi Chodrayan. Okay. Who among the following wrote the poem of Azadi? So Azadi was Faiz Ahmed Faiz. Okay, so the poem of Faiz Ahmed Subh Hi Azadi. Subh Azadi was written by the Faiz Ahmed. He was the Pakistani Urdu poet. He was the Times of Nobel Prize Literature and he received the prize. And Faiz Ahmed Faiz was born 13th century. Sialkot, Pakistan. He is another major literary Nask-e-Faradi, Dost-e-Sabah and all. Which one of the following was a general of Abdul Kalam Azad? So it was the Al Hilal. Al Hilal general was the by former friend of Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. It was the general. It was the banned by Press Act. So Al Hilal was the Abdul Kalam Azad. Near which one of the following city are the temple located at? It was the Bhavnagar. So Pulikat temple, uh, Palitana temple was the situated in the Gujarat, and it was the famous Jaina temple, Palitana, Bhavnagar, Gujarat. Okay, and it's 1300 like hills are there, and the temple is dedicated to the first Tirthankar of Adinath, Rishabdeva. Now, next question. Okay. Mahamastaka Abhisheka, a great religious event, is associated with the done for which of the following? It's the Bahubali. Bahubali Mahamastaka Abhilekha, which was greater religious event associated with Lord Bahubali. The ceremony held interval 12-year time. Shravanbelgola, Karnataka. There's huge statue of Gomteshwar Bahubali. Its height 18 meters. This Mahatma Kabineshka ceremony was the Kabisheka ceremony was the next ceremony was held 2018. In which state of Buddhist site Tabo Monastery? It is in Himachal Pradesh. So the monastery of international repute Tabo has been temple within the premise. The Tabo monastery is situated at the height of 3050 meter in Spiti Valley of the Himachal Pradesh. Among the following, who was not a prominent of Bhakti cult? So it was a Tyagraj. Because Nagarjuna was yes, Tukaram was yes, Vallabhacharya was, Tyagraj was not. So Tyagraj was one of the greatest composer of Karnataka music and South Indian music. He full of the Karnaka Tyag Brahma. Along with his contemporaries Muthuswami and Shyama Shastri Trinity of Karnataka music, he was a prolific composer and highly influenced in the development of South India classical music. Tyagaraja composed 1,000 devotional compositions. Most of them is praise Lord Rama. His compositions are very popular today. Of special mention, 5 of his compositions called Panchatantra, and which was the program of his honor. Okay, so next was the National School of Drama was set up the Sangeet Natak Akademi in 1959. The highest honor conferred by the Sahitya Akademi on the writer by electing him as its fellow. So both are right here. So it was the Sangeet Natak Akademi under the Ministry of Culture 1950 by Sangeet Natak Akademi Act and become the independent in 1976. And Sahitya Akademi Fellowship is an literary honor awarded as the Sahitya Akademi India is the national academy to the immortal literature and limited to the so individual at any given time. It is the highest honor conferred by the government of India. Okay, so now next is consider the following famous of the name. So they are the Amrita Shergill in the painting, N.S. Bose that is in painting, and become Vikas Bhattacharya and Subodh Gupta. So all 4 are the prominent personality. Okay, so because Bhattacharya along with the Ganesh Pen as Sunil Das was founder of prestigious society ceremony Kolkata. He was in the middle class family and graduated from India College Art Dramatics like whatever. Okay, so brother Umakant and Ramakant Gundecha are so they are Drupad vocalist Umakant and Ramakant. So they are Drupad. Consider the following famous name. So famous name was actually it was the Amrita Shergill, Vikas Bhattacharya, Subodh Gupta, and N.S. Bendre. So from where we discussed now next. Which of the following statement regarding Ashoka pillar? So this was we discussed before. Okay. Next chapter was Kanishka. Ashoka towards close his reign, and Hinayana Hellenistic influence. Hinayana form influenced by that art. No, not by art. Gandhara school of art bear the mark of Hellenistic, yes, but Hinayana form not says Mahayana. Okay. And now, according to the Ashoka edict, social harmony among the people was most important religious devotion. He spread idea of equality. Yeah, both are right. And this was we discussed this page. Next page was the we discussed actually. Next page, it's the military governance was first introduced in India was Greek. So the practice of military governance was first introduced Greek. It was Alexander who, while returning from the India parallel out of captured territory among the military general. Which one of the following dynasty are ruling over North India at the time of Alexander invasion? So it was the Nanda. Okay, Nanda dynasty of the ruler. Nanda was the king of who controlled nearly all of the North India at the time of Alexander invasion. Maurya dynasty overthrew Nanda dynasty. Sunga dynasty was established by the Pushyamitra Sunga, and Sunga dynasty was reduced. Kanva dynasty and last Sunga ruler Devabhuti was defeated. Vasudeva. Okay, so Ashoka annexed the Kalinga to the Maurya Empire. Kalinga controlled the land and sea routes of the South India area. Yes, both are right. The Ahem and Puram poem was the Padine and Kullu Karni form of the Sangam. There was included the post Sangam work. No, that's not true. Yeah, there was included the post Sangam work of the against the Sangam work proper. No, not against the Sangam work actually. It will be C, I think. Okay, all right. The emphasis of Jainism non-violence prevented agriculturists from embracing the Jainism. Cultivation involved killing of the insect and pest. So yeah, both are right. The origin of feudal system is ancient yet can be traced the military campaign or no? Exactly not, but yeah, it can be same military. Okay, that was the Mansabdari administration. It's feudal is the military. Okay, there was a constitution expansion of the feudal system during the Gupta period. Yes, both are right. Harshvardhana convened the Prayag assembly. He wanted to popularize only the Mahayana. So there is controversy in this question. I said before, which one of the Chola king conquered Ceylon? It was Rajendra. Okay, and the practice of military governorship was first introduced in India by the it was Greeks. Okay, and now this page has been completed. Next page is who among the following presided over the Buddhist council held during the reign of Kanishka at Kashmir? So he was Vasumitra. So the fourth Buddhist council, which was organized in the Kundalvana, Kashmir during the reign of Kanishka, was presided by Vasumitra. First Buddhist council was held in 400, update the patronage of Ajatasattu, which monk Mahakasyapa at the Rajang. Second Buddhist council held in 4th century under the patronage of King with the monk, and Buddhist council was held under the patronage of King Ashoka. This discussed before. Ancient Mudra Rakshat Vishakdatta has its a court intrigue between the Chandragupta, emperor of Harsha southward march stopped the Narmada river by Pulkeshin II. Vardhaman Mahavir mother was daughter of Lichvi, not sister. So this was we discussed before this page. Next page is Mudra Rakshas Pulkeshin. So this page we discussed. Who among the following was the foundation of Rashtrakuta Emperor? Okay, it's a Danti Durga. So the Danti Durga of the foundation of the Rashtrakuta Empire, his original name was Danti Durga, Danti Varmana, and feudatory of the Badami Chalukya. And during the reign of the Danti Durga, it overthrew the Chalukya Kirtivarman and went on the build on empire with the Gulbarga region of modern Karnataka, between which of the following was the ancient town of Takshashila located. So it was the Indus and Jhelum. So ancient town of Takshashila located between the Indus and Jhelum. Ancient Takshashila, literal meaning the city of cut stone and rank of Taksha, was situated in the pivotal function of India. Which of the among is the following provided a common factor for tribal insurrection in the India in the 9th century? So the complete disruption of the old agrarian order of tribal community. Now consider the following: the Ikshwaku ruler of the southern India were antagonists to Buddhism, no actually, and the Pala ruler eastern India was patron of Buddhism, yes. Which reference to the Indian ancient India? Which one of the following is correct chronological order? It is Greek, Saka, and Kusana. Next one is Lord Buddha's image is sometimes known with his Bhumi Sparsha, the Buddha calling the earth to witness the purity and chastity. Okay, religious early Vedic Aryan they were the worshipping nature and yojanas. Okay, reference to guild system. So every guild was registered with this, it's not every. So answer will be the wage rules and this we discussed before actually. Jaina doctrine we discussed before. Next chapter. So Jaina was to annihilation of the karma and practice vinas. Every object, every small has soul, and karma is the main soul and must be ended, right? So Vedic Aryan was primarily of worship of nature and yajna. This was we discussed before. Now, which one of the following pairs are not form sixth system of Indian philosophy? Mimamsa, Vedanta, Lokayata, Kapila, Nyaya, Visheshika, and Samyaka in yoga. So it's a Lokayata and Kapalika. So Lokayata and Kapalika is not Mimamsa, Vedanta, Nyaya, Visheshika, and Samyaka and yoga is this, but Lokayata and Kapila is not there. Okay, which one of the following is described best concept of nirvana and Buddhism? The extinction of the flame of desires is the nirvana. Okay, and next is which one of the following kingdom associated with the life of Buddha? So the Avanti Gandhara is not only Kosala and Magda. Which one of the following kingdom were associated with life of Buddha? Again, repeat it. With reference to Indian history, which of the following are the essential element of feudal system? Ready, we centralized, no, it's decentralized. Emergence of administration structure based on the possessed land. Yeah, that can be. So B is their answer. And creating the lord vassal relationship between the feudal lord and his overlord. Okay, now next question: which of the following books of ancient India has love story of son and founder of Sunga dynasty? It's Malvika Agnimitram. With reference to economic history, Agartala refers to its water wheel used the irrigation of Aragatha. Okay, and in the context of history of India, consider the epitaphy Taniyur and Gattika. So D is the answer. Taniyur is village, single Brahmin or a group of women. No, it's temple settlement is Taniyur. Epitaph is land revenue and Gatika is the college generally attached to the temple. So Taniyur is the temple settlement. Who among the first deciphered the edict of Emperor Ashoka? It's James Prinsep. James Prinsep, who held the high rank in the service of the British East India Company in Bengal, was the first to decipher the Brahmi script. Edict of Ashoka. Prinsep found that the most earliest inscription of coin there is a mention king referred the Priya Dasa, meaning the pleasant of behold. On some inscription of the king named Ashoka, the deciphering Brahmi script Prinsep provided a new direction to investigation of early Indian political history. Next with reference to difference between the culture of Rig Vedic Aryan and Indus Valley. So see, answer will be only one. First of all, see answer now. Rig Vedic Aryan knew gold, silver, copper, whereas Indus Valley only copper. So it's wrong. And Rig Vedic Aryan had domesticated horse, whereas there was no evidence. No, it's wrong. Okay. Which of the following important seaport in the Kakatiya? It's Motupalli. We discussed before. With reference to religious history of the considered following statement, so it is only two, like Sotantrika and Sumitra was sect of Buddhism, and Sarvatikvadin. All continuation of the phenomena were not only not wholly momentary but existing form and the lateral form. So this completely art and culture we completed today. Hope you enjoyed, I tried my best to make you understand my art and culture question